Hu Yaobang was not your typical Chinese leader. Born into poverty in 1915, he grew up with little formal education, but his determination set him on a course that would shape modern China. At just 14 years old, he left his home in Hunan province to join the Communist Party, barely a teenager and already a revolutionary. Hu became a veteran of the legendary Long March, and he worked alongside Deng Xiaoping, another rising star of the communist movement. The two would form a close political alliance that would last decades. They fought together in the Chinese Civil War, and after victory, Hu followed Deng to Beijing, where Hu eventually became head of the Young Communist League in 1950s. But Hu's career wasn't all triumph. The Cultural Revolution hit like a storm, and both he and Deng were purged twice, accused of not aligning with Maoist ideals. Yet every time, they were rehabilitated, and Hu returned to power, this time stronger. Fast forward to 1980, and Hu Yaobang is now the General Secretary of the Chinese Communist Party, second only to Deng Xiaoping. In this role, he was instrumental in steering China away from the rigid Maoist ideology. Under Hu, a new principle emerged, seeking truth from facts, a phrase that became a cornerstone of China's new, pragmatic approach to economic growth. But Hu wasn't just a reformer of policy. He actively worked to dismantle the personality cult that had surrounded Mao Zedong, advocating for collective leadership, ensuring that the old corrupt ways of doing things were left behind. He pushed for younger, more educated leaders to rise through the ranks. China needed fresh ideas and competence, not blind loyalty to past dogmas. Despite his successes, Hu faced growing pressure. Student-led demonstrations in the mid-1980s called for more political freedoms. Hu's more open stance on these issues earned him criticism, and in 1987, he was forced to resign. But even after stepping down, he remained a member of the party's highest leadership. Hu Yaobang's death in April 1989 became the spark for one of the most pivotal moments in modern Chinese history, the Tiananmen Square protests. His passing ignited a wave of demonstrations, with students calling for the very freedoms Hu had hinted at. While Hu himself didn't live to see the crackdown, his legacy became inseparable from this moment of political unrest. Hu Yaobang was a man of contradictions, an idealist who sought reform from within a rigid system. His influence helped guide China through a period of immense transformation, yet his story is often overshadowed by the events that followed his death. Still, his name lives on as a symbol of change, reform, and ultimately, hope for a more open China.